As we know, India is recognized as the global hub of startups. We have seen some amazing unicorns created in the last 10 years. India has been a place with very high energy as far as startup is concerned. But to accelerate it from here and to make it bigger, even bigger from here, there are four things that we require. First thing, startup require capital, and they require a lot of capital. And the capital comes from VCs, or the alternative investment funds that we call it. Today, there are no incentives for people to invest into AIFs. With all the stock markets doing extremely well, people are really questioning why should we invest in AIF. But as a country, we should know that long-term value creation is more important than the short-term transaction that happens to the startups. So what's really helpful is create an incentive for people to invest in AIFs, right? Either investment into AIF should get the tax benefit, or the returns from the AIF should get the tax benefit. If we do this, I can tell you India will be able to go and create probably, India has the capacity to create 30, 50 or $100 billion of investment corpus into the startup. And that will really see the juggernaut rolling, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, I think there are a lot of tax benefits that startups already have. But the reality is less than 1% of the startups, registered startups, are able to get benefit out of tax exemptions that we have. There's more of PR. I think it's not a problem for startups to come and pay the tax when we make money. But the challenge is all the regulatory compliance and cash flows when we are not making money is the biggest issue. So what we would really love to see in this budget is some kind of reduced regulatory compliance for the startup, or perhaps some GST exemptions for companies that buy from the startups, right? The second thing, right? The third one that we want is the very extremely important is I spoke about regulatory. I think Indian corporate laws needs to be re-looked into, right? Today, if I want to convert my LLP into a private limited company, it's a very, very tedious process. Closing down company is still a very, very tough thing, right? In fact, we used to think that we can open a company in 1 day, but today I'm not able to open any company in less than 20 days. Name approval is taking 20 daes, or sometimes even higher. So we need to have a complete relook into the way the corporate laws are concerned and the way we create the company, the way we upgrade the company, right? That's the third most important thing that is required. Fourth, last but not the least, startups is all about talent, right? How can we attract talent, right? So how can we make sure that a lot more people come and work for us, right? I think it's and how can we make sure that employees are given a lot more money so that they can go and spend money, right? And startups require economy to grow. I think relook into income tax, right? Maybe increase the tax slabs or improve better tax slabs, reduce the rates at certain brackets, right? And make sure that there are a lot more money given to employees at their hand. I think improving the infrastructure in Bangalore has been a continuous demand. I think, we have come a long way, but still, someone has to look at Bangalore seriously as a metro city and then improve the overall infrastructure. I think one of the biggest things that we lack is the public transport. And in fact, there's a direct correlation between helping people in the public transport and people working in the startups, right? Because unlike large companies, startups can't even run their own cab service, etc. So it's extremely important to relook into the public transport infrastructure in Bangalore, right? And of course, rest of the infrastructure goes without saying, right? I think as Bangalore, I have two requirements from the startup perspective. One is create a better public transportation infrastructure, and two, improve the overall infrastructure. And icing on the cake will be to go and create a showcase of all the great startups that are coming up in Bangalore. Right? If you can do this, nothing better than that.